This is ground center for all of what's going on in mining. And as you said, I have Regent. He's the chief executive of Barrick Gold. Aaron, good to have you with us on Bloomberg.
Thanks for having me.
Before we get into the details of Barrick, explain what is happening in Chile after this devastating earthquake. Can you give us an update on the operations of Barrick Gold in Chile right now?
Yeah, well first, it's a tragic event. And our hearts and sympathies and best wishes go out to everybody who's affected by it. We have about 3,000 people, whether it be employees or contractors in Chile, and a significant operating presence. And I'm glad to say that all of our operations and our people are fine. We've been having roll calls and stuff like that, so we're okay. Our Santiago office is a bit shaken up, computers on the ground and file cabinets and things like that, so the cleanup process is going on.
How about mining operations themselves?
Mining operations are fine. We have not been affected. We're in the northern part of Chile, so we've been largely unaffected. And what we're trying to do too is help out. So we've got a lot of our rescue people who are now being flown down to Concepcion in the planes that we have. So we're going to do whatever we can to help to the extent that there's an opportunity.
All right. So mining operations still going on.
Yes.
Still going all right.
Yeah.
Step back and tell us what's happening at Barrick Gold. I know you've been spinning off some of the Tanzanian assets into a separate company. Why are you doing that?
Well, one of the things we find, and what we're pushing for in all of our operations, is for our regional unit presidents to extract the full value of the platforms that we have. And in Africa, we see that there are a number of opportunities, smaller opportunities, which can be quite meaningful to that unit, but which have a size and scale that don't really have a big impact on the bigger company, Barrick. So by creating this structure, we're really going to position ourselves to take advantage of those opportunities and list on the London Exchange, where the London market is very familiar with Africa. There's a scarcity of high-quality gold companies. So a lot of the work we're doing, we think, will get reflected in the stock, the valuation of the stock that we're creating. So there's a lot of regions, I think, that will allow us not only enhance value, but give us greater strategic flexibility also.
What about spinning off other assets? Platinum business in South Africa. You got the Sedibelo mines operations. What's happening there?
Well, Sedibelo is a specific platinum mine, and it's not something that fits with our core strategy, and the project itself is one of the economics are kind of borderline, so we're actually withdrawn from that project. But elsewhere in the company, no, we're not planning to do this in other parts of our organization. Really specific to Africa, because of the unique environment of Africa and the unique opportunities that we see.
Tell me where you're expanding. What about in Nevada? You got a big operation in Elko. What's going on there?
We like Nevada a lot. A lot of our exploration dollars are going in Nevada. We're currently ramping up a mine called Cortez Hills, which would be one of the largest gold mines in the world, produce over 1.1 million ounces of gold. So we're ramping up that right now. And from an exploration perspective, there's other things around there that we're very excited about.
What about keeping costs down? That's the big deal for a lot of gold producers. With gold over, what, $1,100 an ounce, what's the outlook for gold production?
Well, manage your costs is just bread and butter, execution. You've got to be very tenacious in making sure that you run the business as efficiently as possible, watching your costs, making sure you get full recoveries out of the ore bodies that you're mining. For Barrick, I think we're very fortunate in that we're bringing on a new generation of low-cost mines. So our cost profile will actually be down in 2010 compared to 2009. It will be trending down over the next few years as we bring on these lower-cost mines. So that'll really position us to expand our margins even further, if the gold price rises from here.
All right, I want to thank you very much, Regent, coming in, the chief executive of Barrick Gold, sharing some insight into what's going on in the world of precious metals.